Alright, so I'm not going to bother showing my face on this one. I did a Facebook Live and it was super, super shaky and weird. I don't know. It was just, I don't know. Technology is weird. But I did an unboxing of this that came in the mail today. I didn't expect it until Monday, so it's nice that it came a little early. It is an indie deck that I backed a while back. It took a while to finish, but that's okay. This isn't going to be like a true unboxing because I've already done it, and the cards are already shuffled and everything, so it's going to be out of order. But I at least want to show it off and kind of give a shout out to the artist. She has a crow themed deck, a dog themed deck, and is currently working on like a mixed animal deck. I think she's calling it Guardians of the Night. There's like raccoons and possums and snakes and various birds, and it looks cool, but I'm probably not going to get it. I am tempted to get the crow deck eventually, but I've already backed another indie deck that's very nature based and cute and like hand drawn looking. This is a bit more computer based by the look of it. And I also want to get a couple more pip decks since I'm working on learning that and starting to get more and more comfortable with it. There is also a cat themed pip deck, Marseille style, that I love. I also have a dog themed deck already and a cat themed oracle to kind of go with this one. So now I just need a dog themed oracle, and then I can have them for when I do like animal fundraising events and stuff like the Strut Your Mutt for the local shelter, which is postponed this year, of course. This is the book, a little bit bigger than the little white book that comes with a lot of decks. Got a cute little mini print. It is signed by the artist. I probably should have paused, but whatever. Yep. Have whether each card means yes, no, maybe. So if you do want to be able to offer those kind of answers, I don't. A little cat spread. Motivation, external influences, obstacle, and wisdom. Might have to try that out, even though I don't usually go for spreads. Some questions for the majors. Let's see. What tempts you into a situation that may be less than desirable for the double, as an example. And then it pretty much goes right into all of the cards with some symbolism, because there's lots of layers to this art. The message and energy attributes, so positive and negative. And it's pretty much just one page for each card, which is nice to not have to, have just minimal fluff. A little quick reference with some of the elements, symbolism. I'll be looking into that a bit further, but I try not to go with the book right away. Try to kind of work with the deck a little bit first, do a couple of readings kind of thing. Comes in this lovely tin, or at least my version has. I don't know if it's going to be different with any later editions or if it goes to mass market. Like this cute little drawstring bag. And again, this deck is all out of order because I've already shuffled it and done a pull. So I do apologize for that. It does seem to be 2 extra cards. Actually, is there a world card? Let's see. Sun, Judgment. Yep, the world, Unity, and Grimalkin being the 2 extra cards. So we'll see how that affects things, if any. I'm not going to bother reading. Oh, I can't zoom in. Damn reading the titles for you because you can see them for yourself. We've got King of Cups though to start you off. Yeah, I'm finding as I get more decks, obviously I spend less time with each one, but I like having the variety. It's like collecting art, kind of, that you can actually use. I love that there's a wrecking ball on this one. And I kind of just let the intuition guide me as to which one feels right to use for any given reading. Some of the decks I do like slightly better than others, but I'm pretty particular when it comes to picking out decks to purchase. And then if I go to an event or something where I'm doing readings live, I'd like to have a couple decks for people to choose from. Kind of gets them a little bit involved with the reading without having to, have them shuffle or whatever. Because I find for some reason people get nervous when you hand them a deck of cards and ask them to shuffle. They're not really sure whether or not it's okay. So let them pick a deck, and then I've started doing a thing where I'll shuffle a little bit, set out 3 piles, and then have them pick a pile, and then maybe shuffle it a bit more. Works out pretty well. And again, gets them involved. Obviously, I try to keep them involved too by like asking questions or confirmation about things, but yeah. And different decks resonate with different people for different reasons. And sometimes the tone of the message will change as well. Like one of my friends and recurring clients, first time I read for him with my Shadowscapes deck, it was very much like, dude, this is what you need to be doing. You need to get things together and suck it up. Like, it was very, very sassy. And then other decks just aren't as much. And I have been challenging myself to study the more like traditional pip decks, the Marseille style decks, which came before the Rider White system that so many of these decks are based on. Like the way this one cup is sitting here, and they're kind of ignoring it. That's very much a Rider Waite style thing. And that's the nice thing about this deck is like if you know that system, you can pretty much read any deck that uses that system and that symbology. And there's a lot of allusions to that system in this deck for sure. There is a lot of layers though, a lot of subtle things. It's very collage-y, like a graphic arts collage kind of thing, like the way, I don't know, the layers and the lighting are, which is fine. My cat black golden tarot, it's very medieval art, but it's also collage. And I like that the horses are included with the knights still. And that there's different breeds of cats. Like you got the Siamese, there's some Abyssinians, some skinless ones by the look of it. Or skinless? Wow. Hairless. Skinless, oh my god. I like that some of them have, very cat toy style things, and some of the expressions on these cats are great too. And, you know, there's a variety of sizes with them. Some of them are big and floofy. Some of them not so much. And then, you know, you got your Nine of Swords, which definitely has a nightmarish quality to it, which is kind of what it's supposed to be. Definitely wasn't quite expected when I went through these the first time. Five of Swords is a little weird to me as well, having the 4 pointed to the dog. I'm having a hard time correlating that to what I know. But that's okay. It's what, you know, practice and studying and everything is for. And you got some flames that's indicative of wands. Yeah, when I did, like I think I said, I did back another deck recently from a different artist that is very much nature-based. Like, I think the coins are like have a squirrel theme to them. Like each suit has a different animal attached to it, which, and it looked like it was hand-drawn, which is really nice. I actually did the reward where I get 2 decks, which it was obviously a bit more expensive, but I'm probably gonna, I did that so that I had something to trade, because there's a deck or 2 out there that is hard to find, and if I do find it, it's expensive, but maybe someone would be willing to trade. That'd be ideal, because there's several more decks that I want. It's literally, I'm like trying to obviously keep it limited because I only have so much space to work with, and I can only use, you know, 1 deck at a time. Unity, so that's one of the extra cards. I think we already had Grimalkin, so overall this is a pretty nicely done deck. Like, the borders are not distracting, and the backs are kind of nice and abstract, like lots of subtle like nuances in here too that I'll have to kind of work with further and consult the book for. I probably do just like little 1 to 3 card readings for Instagram and consult the book before I start using it with clients. And I like the fact that the court, like the king and queen, are still sitting in chairs even though they're cats. Like, it's a pretty well done cat deck. Like, they're still cats. You know, they're not anthropomorphized or whatever. Like some of the other cat decks have them as, like, these are still cats in cat bodies doing cat-like things within the context of the system. And it's pretty colorful, but like within a selected palette. It's not too bright, which is always nice. There's a few decks out there that are just so bold. Like, I want to be able to use them, but I can't. I think this is the one, if I had to pick one card I don't like, it would be this one, because I don't know, it's a very traditional way of doing the 3 of Swords but with the cat around it. I could find a different way to do that, but oh well. personal preference. Which is probably why I'm starting to like the pip decks a lot, is because you don't have the same sort of layout and symbology. I mean, there's the same sort of symbology when you look at one Marseille deck to the next, but yeah. I love that it's yarn and knitting needles here for the four of wands. Eight of wands. So we do a quick shuffle and a quick one card draw for you. See what we get this time, because I did it for the live version and got 8 of wands. If I can get a major arcana, then I can actually maybe read it without consulting the book. I'm trying to do this quickly because I'm starting to run out of time. Queen of Wands. All right, so the Queen of Wands is enthusiastic, confident. She knows what she wants. She, oh my goodness, is able to, stand her ground and go for what she wants and make the small changes that might need to be made to make things a little better. To try to summarize it quickly, since I'm running low on time here on the camera. So that's been the Grimalkin Tarot. I will post her Instagram in the relevant comments and talk to you later.